YouTube and everybody else. I like to say how y'all doing. This Kool Atheist the greatest. Kool Atheist Iglesias the greatest on YouTube. Kool Atheist Iglesias 707 on I believe it is TikTok, and Kool Atheist Iglesias on Instagram. But now my day today we're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna talk about jealous relationships, or the first stages of a jealous relationship, I should say. You meet people, you have to take risks. You got to get to know them, you know. So if it feels good, sounds good, looks good, 100 times out of 10, it's good. But then sometimes it may look good, sound good, feel good, but it's going to eventually turn out to be not so good. There's a lot of fakery, a lot of people that lie in the first stage of a relationship just to get something, to get somebody, you know, to get something or somebody. And then after that, then it goes downhill. So the conversation is about first stages of a relationship, getting to know somebody, having the conversations and, getting to know that person, setting your boundaries. That's one of the important things you got to do in the first stages of a relationship, set boundaries and stand on whatever it is that you don't like, you're not going for, and you won't tolerate, you know? So when that happens, they do one of the things that's in your boundaries that you won't stand for, go for, tolerate. They break one of those, it's best to just get rid of it. And I mean, just cut it off from there, because it's better to get to stop it there than to continue a relationship or get to know somebody and then get into it, get involved in it, build something, invest your time and your emotions and all that in something that is eventually going to just go downhill. So it's good to know them red flags at the beginning. If that person has been through a lot of stuff, they have PTSD relations. They've had PTSD relationships, or relationships that gave them PTSD. They've been cheated on, abused, verbally abused, physically abused. If they're not willing to take that risk and get to know you for who you are and believe in you, and you stay consistent on your respect for that person, it's going to become a problem. It could become even toxic. It'll become something that's unbearable. You don't want to even deal with. You'd be like, look, I don't know what I'm trying to do with this person that ain't really trying to do something better with me. And that's to bring that shit to the table type stuff. What do they bring to the table? Not just some for JJ and some oral pleasures, or just a body, because sometimes a body and all that doesn't amount to anything when you have a bad attitude or personalities kind of messed up. But now you got to remember, when you put those boundaries down, you stand for it. They make make a bad decision, and what your boundaries is, and they go against them. You have to cut it off right then and there, because if you don't, then you won't be respected after that point. It may consistently happen, and you're just gonna be dealing with just a big problem. So now the first stages of a relationship, and this person is jealous. Like I said, if they've been mistreated, abused, verbally abused or physically abused, they've been cheated on, disrespected. A lot of them people will bring that into a new relationship. They don't know how to distance themselves from that one and say, okay, I'm starting from scratch with somebody totally new. It feels good. It looks good. It sounds good. I'm going to give it a try. And not only that, I'm not going to take whatever was in that previous relationship and put it into this fresh relationship, or this relationship that may potentially happen. Because there's, like I said, jealous people think somebody's messing with you. There's people that'll think that somebody's looking at you, talking to you, and you're just monogamous. You're committed to this person and this person only. They'll become a big problem eventually. You get tired of it. You be like, look, there's nothing I can prove to you that to say, hey, look, I am for you. You're the only, I only got eyes for you. And whatever you're making up or you accuse me of or making accusations of is not true. That's virtual reality. What reality is I'm for you. But then you think everybody is trying to get at me. A woman would love to have a man that, I mean, women are just fascinated by, or just, wanting something, or they even thinking he's attractive. But if he's all for you, feel the vibe, then feel the good vibe, just know that he's for you and he ain't for nobody else. And say, hey, you know what? I know y'all may want him in your head. I know y'all may want him, but he's with me, and go off of that and keep it peaceful. Man or woman, you want to bring peace into a relationship. You want to be consistent with your respect for that person. And not only that, you want to respect the person. And if you start loving them, love that person, but get it reciprocated back to you. You want to get that same feeling and respect back from that person that you give it to. But now I just want to tell you this. There's a little story about this person digging this hole. Just digging this hole, just digging deep, deep. He or she gets to her waist in this hole. And there's a few people, sorry about that, kick the stand, but there's a few people that care for you, concerned for you, come by and you digging this hole. You may be waist deep. And they're like, hey, how deep are you digging that hole? Because you're getting a little deep. You're getting to shoulder, to shoulder height, head height. Eventually you're going to be to where, you may not be able to get out of that hole. So how far are you digging it? Oh, no, don't worry about it. I got it. Oh, are you sure? It's just getting kind of deep. No, I'm good. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, then. I'll see you later. All right. Next person comes. And now, instead of it being at the waist, it's at the shoulders. This next person comes and says, hey, that hole is getting kind of deep. How far are you digging this hole? Oh, not that deep. Okay, I'm just making sure you know that it's getting deep. You don't want to dig it too deep because you may not be able to get out of it. Oh, no, I got it. So they keep digging the hole. So now they're at head level. Let's say they're half. So you put your arm above your head, straight above your head. And now they're here. Okay? Let's say a third person comes. And they're like, hey, you okay down in there? That hole is deep. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. Well, hopefully you don't get to the point where your fingertips is not even touching the top of the hole and you can't get out. Oh, no, I got this. Are you sure? Can you get out of it? This third person is like, can you get out? Yeah, I can get out of it. Okay. All right. I'm just letting you know. It's getting a little deep. Yeah, okay. But thank you. Okay. So they leave. And now it's afternoon. Everybody then went home. Now it's finger. Now it's past the fingertips. And now you just realize those three people just came by and was kind of letting you know what you're doing is you're getting a little too deep in whatever it is in that hole. So now you to the point of I can't get myself out. I didn't even think about how to get out of it if I did get too deep. And then now you start thinking about all the people that came by and warned you before it got too deep. So now you got a little time to think about what them people then ran across you, and then you kept pushing them away. And now you, like I said, you can't even get yourself out. That's in life. Don't dig that hole too deep to where when people come by and let you know it's getting deep, and you keep digging, and then eventually you can't get out of it. And now you want them people to come back and see how you're doing and see if you're okay. But now you can't get out of it. So now you got to wait for somebody. And there may not be nobody coming. If you think about it before you get the height of the fingertips, or you can't get your fingers over it, or you can't pull yourself out of that hole, you can run into a big problem. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe. And I really hope you guys subscribe if you're looking at my videos. I really appreciate it. And hit that notification,